final four appearance, but you have to go to the rear to make a spot to make it. So what can you say about this game?
Again, these are the times that I was dreaming of when I was young. You know, watching Ateneo-La Salle games, and I always tell these guys that you're part of this moment right now. So make sure that you're gonna make lasting memories. You have to give credit to how Ateneo fought. They're really a tough team. They really gave us a fight, a run, and but we just stuck together, and that's what's important. I guess during the first half we were struggling because we were so over our emotions and we forgot to trust each other. But again, just give credit to these guys. They really took care of us.
Thank you, Coach Topex to Mike. Yeah, 30 points, including that put back in the final 46.4 seconds. 16 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals of that putback, crucial putback. That broke the game's last deadlock. So what can you say?
But man, I just want to give all glory to Jesus Christ because I saw this one poster in the crowd that said, "I can do all things through Christ," and I just kept going back to that poster throughout the whole game, and that was the thing that gave us strength. And we were just leaning on our faith. I can't put this feeling or this moment into words. I just know this is from God, and going through that storm, going through those dark times, the depressive times, God put you through there for a reason. He'll drag you through that dark storm. All your enemies, all everything that may come at you, but we just have faith in the Lord, and I just want to give all praise to Jesus Christ because He's the one that brought us through all that, and He's continuing to bring us through that. And so, I'm just continuing to pray because He's just doing so many blessings. We praise God in the lows and praise God in the highs. And so I just want to say, praise God for this rivalry. Praise God for all these people that were able to come out and watch and hope they, and I just be part of this, historic moment on both sides. And so both sides, Ateneo-La Salle, should just be happy regardless of the loss or the win. It was just an amazing moment seeing all these people come together.
Lastly to Jacob, he had 20 points, including a crucial jumper in the final 12.4 seconds, 7 assists, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal. So with the game hanging in the balance, you gave that crucial jumper that gave you the 4-point lead. So what can you say?
For that shot, I don't know, I've been doing that since I was a kid, counting down by yourself in the gym, and what the best way to do it at the end of the Salle game, crucial game. But after that, I just want to give credit to Coach Topex, all the coaches actually. They had a great plan. All we had to do really is follow it, and we got out of it like Coach said in the first half, but second half we started to stick together, and that's what really made us win. So yeah.
Thank you. Okay, the floor is open for questions.
Jacob, in that fourth quarter, you basically took over the games. As you said, ever since you were a kid, you've been doing that. So how big of a moment is it for you to do that in a rivalry game like Ateneo-La Salle with final qualifications hanging the balance?
Yeah, it's just having fun. EJ, he's usually the one who always reminds us of that. But he isn't here with us, but all he would tell us is to enjoy, have fun, and doing that earlier, those crucial shots, I was having fun, and at the same time we were still focused with the game, but we like to preach that we like to play defense, play hard, but it's fun to us.
Your past few games have been kind of stuck offensively, so how relieving it is for you to finally found your team, especially with the Final Four approaching now?
Well, it's very crucial, because then again my confidence, but not just me, everyone started contributing. Our wings, JC, Earl, even Boris, they missed a couple shots, but these are open shots, and these are good shots that we want coming into the Final Four. And not just that, we got Mike and Pops making their free throws, unlike me, so yeah.
Coach, arguably maybe one of the most challenging years for the Southeast. Take us through the emotions of coming out of that entire storm of an elimination round with the win over Ateneo and after everything you've gone through back in the final.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better season than this, because when we were struggling, we always preach about trust, and joy and fulfillment. And when we were really down and out, that was the time we really put everything in each other. I'll never forget our meeting we're in. You might be doubting me, these guys were doubting me. I said, I'm gonna go to hell and back with you guys. And that's just the way it goes. And when you're coaching this team, it's always gonna be on your head. Your head will always be the first one to get cut off. But if you put everything, I always tell these players that sila yung boss ko. They will take me wherever they want to. I'm not just happy to be the head coach here, but they're the ones who's really gonna lead. We always talk about managing players, but we always want to what we want to lead them. And I just couldn't ask for a better situation than this. We lost a lot of players from suspension, injuries, but we always stuck together. The times that we always make sure that we're gonna remember this time. I was telling them 30 years from now, they're just gonna laugh about this. So make sure you enjoy it, enjoy your college careers, because that's the most enjoyable part of your career as a basketball player. So still a lot of basketball to be played. Yes, we got here, but there's still a lot of games to be played, and we're gonna be tough against a very, very strong team. So we just have to be prepared for that.
And Mike, the team has been tested in so many different ways this year. For someone like you in the actor of this team, what did it take for you to really hold on to whatever was left of the Salle throughout the highs and lows and end it like this?
Just to be honest, I wouldn't consider myself the anchor. I just consider myself Jesus as the anchor, because there's many times where I doubted myself as a leader, as a captain, but that's when I depended on my brothers here in the team. And I just remember God, every time in my quiet time, my prayer, God would tell me the same verse, James 1:3, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because the testing of your faith produces perseverance. And that perseverance finishes work in you so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking nothing. And so it's no credit to me, just like Coach said, I may be the captain role, whatever, but we all lead each other. I saw that one interview with KD on starting five. I like how he said it. He just said, "Hey, I'm just one of the guys. I'm just trying to speak up when I see something." But they're leading me as much as I try to lead them. And yeah, man, shout out to God. He's been the anchor for us.
Mike, you mentioned you're not the anchor of the team. Everyone is contributing in their own little way. So how fulfilling is it to see that in your final year here with Salle, everybody is contributing in their own little ways to give you the proper send-off that you properly deserve?
It's amazing. You talk about contributing, everybody looks at the guys, the 5 guys, the 10 guys in the court, but every time I look at the replay or I glance to the sidelines, I see these guys, Ryle, Denzel, Ian, everyone, right? They're all just celebrating so much on the bench. And, me and Ryle have a conversation earlier in the season, and, we just said, hey, we both, agreed, hey, we want you to really be sort of the captain of the bench and really kind of be that guy who just continues to have that positivity, because you can feel it, it's an underrated feeling going back to a bench after you've just been going to war for a couple minutes, going back to a bench, and that just fills you so much back up with positivity, love. Doyle was giving me his holding cross earlier, and every time Ryle is just speaking to me, Bright, Denzel, Gene, all of them high-fiving, and so I think they deserve as much credit as the guys that are out on the floor, because we couldn't do that without them. And not even going to speak about just them pushing us to practice every day. That's just a really blessing we have in this team.
Coach, you mentioned a lot of basketball that to be played, and that begins with a date in the final four against top-seeded NU. So, what are your thoughts on facing NU, and how will the team prepare for a team that has the likes of Jake Figueroa, Overjohn, and such?
Well, they're I think the only team that beat us twice, in the regular season. So they're really gonna come in confident. They've really been a solid team. They matured. They have a great leader in Jake Figueroa. So again, just like what we always tell it, you're just gonna keep on battling and grinding. We're just happy to be here. Everybody counted us out when we lost a lot of players. So we're just gonna keep on trusting each other. Preparing for what's what's gonna be in front of us. So just enjoying the moment as well.
To Mike and to Jacob, and you, as coach said already, you lost twice the invitations, but as the coach goes, it's a different story. It comes to Final Four. So what can you say about your face-off against KU?
Right. I just feel like it's going to be one for the books. You know, just they got a lot of those fourth year, fifth year guys. We have a couple too, and I just think it's just, you know, like Coach said, we couldn't be a better situation because it's going to be one of the biggest challenges yet. But you know, we've just been with our backs against the wall for a couple of games now, and we just have to try to keep that same hunger, keep that same feeling of hey, if you slack off one possession, if you miss one rebound, miss one 50-50 ball, that's your season. You know, we felt that for the past couple games, and I feel like that was just a great preparation going into, you know, a twice beat against the top team. Who couldn't ask for just a better environment than that? That's gonna create just such a great, you know, just atmosphere for us, because it's gonna create a lot of pressure, a lot of challenge, and you know, just another test for us to overcome. So I know it's going to be a great fight on both sides, and I'm excited. So yeah, one more week and then we'll get it going.
Last, Jacob, your first UAAP Final Four, especially you're facing the top ranked.
Yeah, I'm very excited to go against Ateneo. All I can say is we take it one game at a time. You know, I've been there before where I beat a team twice, and it's actually all just having fun, sticking together. But you gotta really focus on these practices. You know, these coming. I don't know when the game is, Sunday, I think. So we have 3-4 more days to get ready. But just know that we're excited and we're all gonna stay focused.
Congratulations, Coach Topex, Jacob, and Mike.